راه استریم استارت شد. دوست داشتید بیاید کینگدم کام با زیرنویس فارسی. راه استریم استارت شد. دوست داشتید بیاید کینگدم کام با زیرنویس فارسی. راه استریم استارت شد. دوست داشتید بیاید کینگدم کام با زیرنویس فارسی. راه استریم استارت شد. دوست داشتید بیاید کینگدم کام با زیرنویس فارسی. راه استریم استارت شد. دوست داشتید بیاید کینگدم کام با زیرنویس فارسی. راه استریم استارت شد. دوست داشتید بیاید کینگدم کام با زیرنویس فارسی. راه استریم استارت شد. دوست داشتید بیاید کینگدم کام با زیرنویس فارسی. راه استریم استارت شد. دوست داشتید بیاید کینگدم کام با زیرنویس فارسی. راه Ulrich Wawak.
I'm sorry.
Quality goods here.
خب کاری که ما باید بکنیم اینه که بریم اونجا و لباس ها و نامه ای که خدمتکاره رو باعث میشه که بره تو اینجا بگیریم. تیلور تیلور است.
Time to have to tell you. Don't chuck your shit into my yard.
What do you want?
Has anyone tried to sell you any valuables?
خیلی خوب. بریم کسای دیگر به بقیه صحبت.
Good day to you.
جواب نمیده. اوکی.
So don't go there then. But I don't want your shit on my property.
Now, fellas. You're not going to squabble like children, are you?
Keep your nose out of it, all right? This slob here empties his chamber pot in my yard every day.
That piece of yard is mine,
And again, there's a fence.
which has no business being there.
Can you explain to me what's going on?
This is dumping his shit in my yard. What don't you understand?
Except the yard is mine.
The fence is where it is for a reason. For the 1000th time, you saggy bald whoreson. If you want to complain, go to the bailiff.
And I'm telling you, for the 1000th time, I have no wish to talk to the magistrate when he's your brother-in-law. I'd rather have nails hammered up my arse.
Keep fucking with me.
What the fuck?
You think it's right to pour your piss pot over the fence? Even if it is your land? That kind of stuff belongs on a dunghill, doesn't it?
That's exactly what I'm doing. This prick put his dunghill there, and I begged him not to. My apples are crawling with flies.
Your apples are all maggoty because you're a shite gardener, you prick.
You're both idiots.
And what's it to you, anyway?
That's the first sensible thing you've said all day. We'll teach you not to meddle in other people's business. You're a dead man. I'm just getting...
I feel quite hungry!
Why did you do that?
چگاه خوری
Too slow!
On you.
Why did you do that? Stop beating him. This is unbelievable. Hey, stop fighting.
Fuck you! I'll sort you out nicely.
Victory or death!
My God! Why did you do it? Hit him!
بمیر
In God's name!
Show your stuff.
Was that put him in the stop?
No mercy!
Why did you do that?
How terrible!
I feel quite hungry!
کش
In God's name!
Don't hit him! Put him in the stocks! Greetings. It happens.
میشه با این صحبت کنیم
Careful.
Come on!
Lord be with you.
Good to see you again, Volkmar.
No bloody way. It really is a small world.
You said you were headed to Kuttenberg, and that you'd repay me.
True, true. Actually,
این کدوم بود چه گوهی داریم چه انی
you gave me a second chance, and I'll never forget that. I reckon I could teach you some useful things in return that not many people in this city know how to do.
Why not? I'll gladly learn something new.
I'm glad to hear it. But keep in mind, this will take some time, and I wouldn't mind some coin in return. My purse is a bit light these days.
چه گوه خوریه یه مقاله دارای دیگه هم هستن حاجی
Doesn't spoil. Come and buy some dyed bread. Beautiful colours, striped fabric.
Good day to you.
Finest wear.
A fine day for some fine work.
Greetings.
Fine wares. Come and take your pick.
هیچ کدوم گردن نمیگیره
What do you need?
بس ببین. Find puppet.
Fine day for some fine wares. Buy two.
Greetings. I'd like to...
Surely you can wait a while. Here you are. The finest fabric. Intricate work. You won't find the likes anywhere else in this town.
No more than I'd expect after the amount they cost. Thanks. I'll gladly recommend you if anyone asks. And you impatient fella, what was it you wanted?
You must be Franta Cooldown.
I am. And who might you be?
I'm Henry. I heard you're supposed to serve at the City Council Assembly.
I am. What's it to you?
به ما چه؟
Supposing I took the job on for you. You can put your feet up, fill your belly, and I'll do all the work for you.
Look here. It's not like I'm all that keen on it, but it's well paid. Apart from that, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. Them councillors stuffing their faces and guzzling wine, while I run around like a bugger with pictures so they don't run dry. Why would you want to stick your nose in there?
چرا؟ به تو چی؟
I just have to get in there, understand? I have an important message for the king about a plot against him.
But why would you want to get to him as a waiter?
But it could be that someone from the council is mixed up in it, so I have to be incognito. See?
I see. All right then. To begin with, you'll need confirmation that you've worked as a waiter at the council and you're capable of serving even His Majesty. Look here. Do you have any idea what's expected of you? Can you tell different wines apart and that?
بله.
Of course. Who do you take me for?
All right. No need to get upset. Show the confirmation to the head butler. Tell him I sent you and think up some good excuse. Clear?
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's livery. I had a brand new one made. Here it is. I look like a prick in it. Hopefully it'll sit better on you. The main thing is, don't lose it before the assembly or get it covered in shit.
Thanks. I won't disgrace you. I promise.
You better not.
Big and small, round and thin.
Pouches.
The pillory for the good.
Excuse me.
New wares.
Franta Cooldown sent me.
What's wrong?
He got poisoned. Probably from food. He's writhing in agony. I turns praying and cursing, spewing from both ends.
Oh, that's enough. All right. At least you're here.
We can't be without a waiter here when the king himself will need waiting on.
So, let's have a look at you. Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure. There is.
Everything's in order. Now, about your livery. You know a good waiter by his properly seated cap, and you don't have one at all. Without a tunic, you're no royal waiter. And have you forgotten your hose? I can't let you into the chamber without... You can put your steel aside in front of the council. You don't want to be dragging a load if you're... The royal waiter's livery has...
اوکی. لباس هایی که باید میپوشیدیم و الان میپوشیم. No problem. رویال کریخه. این هم از واسه خنجره رو نگه داریم.
Here I am.
Let's have a look at you then. You've got a waiter's cap. Hose are good. It's a good thing you've got no steel on you. You need to be light on your feet to run around tables. Everything as it should be. Glad to see it, lad. Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
Well, I'll happily listen to any...
I should certainly hope not. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready, and not get in anyone's way. In short, behave as if you're not there. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour it for him on the double. You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and pour for them. White Tokaib or red monastery wine.
White or red, by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarzhitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be interrupted, or otherwise it never reaches an end. We can't allow that to happen in the presence of the king.
All right.
آدم.
Sir Adam of Zarzhitz stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
To stay in the background and keep quiet until someone asks me something.
Correct. The councillors have a lot to discuss, and they certainly don't need any interruptions. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you. Understood?
بله.
Absolutely.
Correct. And if you manage not to botch it up, you can even rise on the social ladder. Not just anyone can serve the King of Hungary, but you'll manage it, right?
I know everything I need to. I can do it.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the servants.
خب.
The city
There are the pictures
reserves
of
are in
wine.
urgent need of new weapons.
Hopefully I won't splash anyone's shoes.
Our current Waffen arsenal is a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it.
Boy, should like
the
some
town
wine.
reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
What are you getting at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits
Wine.
who freed Hinnick,
I'll be
the
right
Dry
back.
Devil,
I apologise,
used
sir.
that thing.
Which wine?
That
Colorblind.
Hackenbücher.
White.
Hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them, since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them, Herrgott. It is eine Schande when outlaws have
Boy,
better
are you
weapons
deaf
than
or
the
something?
city
Sir?
garrison.
Wine.
And
White.
Herr König surely knows this too.
Thank you, waiter.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your
I'm sorry.
stubborn heads do
I
not
wasn't paying
realize
attention.
what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubritter everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you
I
want to
fancy some
defend
Tokai.
yourselves with a
Refill,
few rusty
boy.
halberds.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
Der König and his
Sorry,
army
sir.
will not be here forever.
Orders from above.
This is unbelievable.
The king can arrive at any moment. What if he heard you?
What then?
آدم.
We're
همه
sitting
Call me
atop
Red
the
One.
biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're
I apologise, sir.
But where can we
Which
get
wine?
the coin for
Red!
better
Am I speaking in
And
Latin?
always confiscate the property of the king's enemies. Nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armory.
سگش.
The king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes?
Well, the king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean baths or brothels?
Isn't it the same thing?
Hey, waiter.
So
Pour me
the
some monastery
cleanliness of
wine.
the city is not what it should be. The current
I'd like
baths
to
in the city
oblige,
fall
but
far short
not
of
now.
covering all
This
the
is
citizens'
unbelievable.
You're right. We do have the new baths in Hopbrink, and Adam's old ones, but I hear
Is
the
everything
Hopbrink
all right?
baths
No,
are more of a pigsty.
but there's nothing you
They
can
still
do
are
about
a
it.
bit.
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belongs to.
And what is it?
A silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house and stole it. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn the city upside down to find the culprit. Go and get it. And don't you make a mess there, understand?
Where can I find this goblet?
Use your eyes and come right back with it, understand?
Surely not.
The need for cleanliness and citizens' health should not be underestimated.
Nor overestimated. If someone needs to wash, there's a river just a few steps from the city walls.
Certainly. And they can get leeches there for free as well. And while he's there, a man can shave and take a... you-know-what.
So what? Going to the baths is neither a civic duty nor a right.
Have you forgotten the Black Death? A great many people died needlessly.
Are you questioning God's plan? The Black Death had nothing to do with the baths, unless the Lord wishes to punish the wickedness that's
I mean, just...
going on in there.
Keeping the city clean is important. But we don't have money to spend. Arguing about who is going to wash where and how.
It's only a waste of time because we're always arguing about the same thing.
Not at all. If you'd finally admit that it's a trifle, we wouldn't have to keep coming back to it.
A trifle? Do you ever walk the streets here? Sewage, rats, slop, and rubbish. The least we can do for the citizens is to provide them with a place to wash up.
What nonsense! Next, you'll want me to serve wine to everyone for free, too.
Why not? In Jerome Nars's earthly paradise, everything would be free.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Gentlemen, let's agree to disagree. What if the king heard us?
پشما بابا کجاست؟ چه مسخره بازیه؟ چیزی نیست خواهد جنوتا.
I got word that Rutard had pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way. At least until His Majesty honors us with his visit.
I fancy some
And as we
Tokai.
know,
Refill, boy. I
Gunslin
apologise,
absolutely hates him.
Which wine?
He
White
can hate all he
Tokai.
wants, as long as he does no damage. Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident. You were there, weren't you?
Well, thank the Lord.
Just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
My ears must be deceiving me. Are you defending Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there? Leave nothing out.
I don't like Rutard, true, but in
full
this
cup
case,
of monastery
it
wine,
really was
sir.
nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about
Am
it.
I speaking in Latin?
I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated. I don't think Rutard will cause any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the king is
Thank you, waiter.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows
I
what
fancy
he wants
some
to tell
Tokai.
us.
If
I
nothing
apologize,
happens,
sir.
there's no point in
Which
dwelling
way?
on it.
White,
Let's move
top
on.
high.
I'm sorry, Andreas, but I wouldn't brush it off so quickly. Why do I have the feeling you're not telling us the whole
Sir?
truth, Ulrich?
Are you accusing me of lying?
Well,
Those are strong words, my friend. Nobody said anything like that, did they?
Then why doesn't he tell us
Okay,
what
man.
really happened?
I'm not keeping
سیو نمیتونم کنم نه ندارم.
anything from you, but there's little truth to the rumors circulating around the town. Yes, Ruthard and I had a little disagreement, but we ended it quickly because his daughter wanted to get involved. I didn't want to expose the girl to any unpleasant sights.
So Ruthard is hiding behind his own daughter's skirts?
As if it wasn't enough that he sent his son to die defending the city.
All right. If we really don't have anything new to say, let's turn the page.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. I could understand it with mercenaries, students, and other scum of all kinds.
I'd
but
like
city
some
councillors-
monastery wine.
I apologize.
Refill my cup, boy.
Which wine?
Monastery red.
One of us.
Ah, and look who spoke first.
First of all, it
Sir?
wasn't a duel. It was supposed to be an honorable combat.
Don't hang around me.
And I didn't
Vanish.
take
You
part
hear
in
me?
it.
And that's the only reason you're still here on the council and not in the
say,
pillory.
If you
There's a
want to
nice
blame
view from
somebody,
here.
you
I'll
should
have
point
you
the
all
finger
out
at the
of here.
youngster here.
Really?
who's-
Excuse
I
me.
think I might have something to say on the way
Never
out.
mind.
Get out of here.
I
I
suspect
beg you.
the gentleman
Just
from the
vanish.
city's sword fighting school brought this custom to us. It's now run by the German Menhard.
Everything
Who
in
knows
order?
who that
Not
fellow
quite,
Don't be
but I think you might be able to help me.
ridiculous,
Come here!
You act like you've...
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and... And you, while you're at it, count how many figures on the mural have wings.
But
Because I'm bored, and because I told you. Get on with it.
town garrison. The guards are apparently settling accounts their own way. We'll soon be the laughing stock of the whole
that
town.
was easy enough. And he wanted me
You
to
can rest
count
assured the
winged
whole
figures.
town is already laughing at us.
So,
So
I
what?
found your gloves.
really? And did you count those winged figures?
The town council is squabbling the Emperor Charles, and no one is...
I counted 32, sir.
That many? It seems a few more angels must have descended from heaven. For a royal waiter, you don't have much of a knack for counting.
Ah, to hell with it. We'll never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
Since there is the eternal dispute over the
Okay,
cathedral,
weird.
the building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery, and they are going to mock a royal mining city. Why can't we build faster? Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Haven't you noticed there's a war going on? Are
You
the
there,
experts
lad.
from far off?
A cup of
supposed to
red.
work in the city
I apologise, sir.
Besides,
Which wine?
I get the
and
feeling
quickly.
there's something other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Ah, you do? Do you?
Sir?
And what would that be?
Like you'd like to have.
You look
your
familiar
daughter
to
there?
me.
So what if
Have
I
we
would?
met?
Hold your horses, gentlemen.
I really
that
couldn't
space
say.
in the side nave is mine.
Then hell
I have
freezes
a
over, my
feeling
friend.
I've spoken
Your
with you
place is
before,
at least
too.
2 steps behind mine.
Or with
A
someone who
swordsmith
looks a
dares
hell
to
of a lot
insult
like
me?
you.
Ha! I think not.
Excuse me? You wanted to buy
Oh,
yourself an
hello.
altar in the cathedral, just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you? I acquired my seat for the services our guild provided and still provides to the crown.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all they have, they would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Obrink.
Hey, boy.
Ne'er-do-wells.
Full cup of
Those
monastery
wrestlers
wine.
of theirs, of course.
I apologise,
People
sir.
from the whole town go to
Which
watch
one?
them brawl.
Monastery red.
This is news to me.
Because it has all been sorted out. Not long ago, the guards raided and threw them all out.
Sir?
Ah, yes, I had forgotten. What do we have to discuss
It's
next?
you? I see you've come up in the world. From a bathhouse boy to a waiter. You'll go a long way.
I might make councillor one day.
You're a merry soul, lad. I like that.
حالا شل کنیم که کینگ اومد. یاندکس بزن.
I'm telling you. Oh, I doubt.
ای وای بیناموس.
Azonal Gyurcsák össze. A legjobb katonáikat. És keltjenek útra.
قیافه این کاسیه شد.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Unlike this band of fools!
گروه احمقا. اوکی.
Come now, father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hope.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. And you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? How does it feel to or until
no fear of wine, women.
Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty varied company. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Kuttenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they're keeping mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them.
I wouldn't be too sure. But I suppose I can try. What do you plan to do now you're a free man again?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be deciding the future of the kingdom here?
I'll leave that to the older and wiser. And duller.
Who's that French fellow you brought here from Malashov?
The great
Baron Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless one. Besides, he defended Kuttenberg, and you know how that went. If he were up...
Dear me. But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of the guests, eh?
Indeed you should.
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer clear of the old man as long as I can.
In...
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your community. I'm Godwin. My greetings to you.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here.
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, we have much in common. And we are both a little on unfamiliar ground here. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the sacred community of Gutenberg. And this is Samuel, my aide.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need to help each other and why would they not stare?
Are you looking for friends among us?
Let us say rather that we have chosen a side. The situation in the town and the kingdom is unsustainable. The whole land is on the brink of destruction. You have men and weapons. We have the means to sustain them.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the Margrave and quickly leave.
Everything in good time, Samuel. We have just arrived, after all.
Did you come to lend money to the lords?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is repaid only by God.
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercenaries ourselves.
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a bit of a hothead too.
Henry? That messenger of Radzik Copula?
You know each other. You're both around the same age.
That would be him. But we did not get off to a very good start.
Well, maybe you'll get to know each other better. He should be coming here later, by the way. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so long since his parents were killed in Skalitz. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world, risking his neck at every turn.
Wait, a blacksmith, you say? From Skalitz?
Aye, that's right. Did you know anyone there?
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world. For our numerous sins.
Maybe he was my father. But he certainly didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
And that was all for the best.
Why? He should have taken care of me. But instead he fathered another bastard.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, none of his own. He took in Henry, and raised him as his own, on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzik Copula, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him. Just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry only found out about it recently.
Enough. I'd rather have a drink. Will you have one too, Zayde?
For that, there will be more suitable times.
Excuse me. I'd better not drink.
Better communion wine than kosher, is it?
خیلی خوش اومدی.
I'm glad. Well, do you feel better now?
اینه بارباند.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin, a friend of that lad you arrived with, Henry. We don't know each other.
Baron Vauclin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. The last of my line. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also, à ma manière, a poet.
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
خب حرف مفت زیاد میکنه. قیافه منو نکن.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected.
And to yours.
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that?
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering.
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something of you.
As it happens.
Excellent. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain shortcomings.
That's a weak word.
And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council. But I have an idea how to change that.
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the...
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobst proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
When Sigismund sees that, he'll be off to Hungary all the sooner. At a gallop.
Exactly. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's running out of resources. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves. But he won't engage an equal force on the battlefield.
But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground for it. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction.
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel, but without his knowledge. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea, we'll all win.
You've got an interesting way of approaching things.
You're certainly not the first to tell me that.
Why are you doing all this anyway?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths, and also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
I'll help you. What exactly should I do?
I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Haman Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side, we've won the day. Meanwhile, I'll take care of Jobst.
Okay.
I'll get on it then.
I wish us both luck.
I'd rather discuss those alliances sober.
I'll tell you, nobody has the likes of thee.
I'd like to check your horses up.
Ha! Even better. But you won't believe it until you see for yourself.
And you might not believe your eyes when you do see them. Well, well. We have a new guest.
I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave. Or to arrest my guests some more?
I want to have a word with Older.
Well, I'm having a word with you.
I apologize, Father.
For interrupting our conversation? Or just for being you?
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak up then. What are you doing here?
We'll talk later and in private. Right now we have more important things to attend to.
Don't try my patience.
Why so strict, Martin?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheeky brat, only interested in wenches and booze. I got him a place at the Archbishopric to have some sense beaten into his head. Only it wasn't long before they kicked him out. And then I find out he's settled in some backwater parish in Sassau. But he took his boozing and whoring along with him, lost everything, and then came creeping home again. Huh?
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer courtyard.
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the way you disgraced our whole family?
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a choice. Better to be a priest in some backwater than...
How dare you?
You're as shit a father as I am a son. We've got nothing to blame each other for. And now let me speak to Older.
Dishonoring your host.
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor. If you had any, you'd be...
That's enough.
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults. I challenge you to a duel.
Duel?
I'm not happy about it. But this isn't how I imagined my first meeting with my brother.
Make room for us. We'll
Duel
a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back. Not bad for a priest.
Swing with your whole arm.
What the fuck was
not
that?
Not just your wrist. What's wrong with your legs?
You son of a bitch! Wanker!
Stand firm.
Not
Otherwise,
bad for a
the
priest.
first strike will put you on your arse. Look in my eyes, not at my sword.
Come on.
Cover your right side. You've got
No,
a
you
gap
don't.
there I can drive a cart through. You don't know which end of that thing is
Not bad for a priest.
Left
Who
arm
told you
lower.
that?
Yeah, digga.
Enough! That will...
Şunun geç.
My God.
Where did you learn to wield a sword? Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer. But you could teach sword fighting in a school.
I was in a war. Right after they kicked me out of the archbishopric. And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees are real.
Aye. Well, I apologize for going off like that. I had to, so that...
So Father would be satisfied. I know. Only he'll never be satisfied. The sooner you realize that, the better.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And he hoped at least his second would become something.
Not at all. I remember him the same since I was a nipper. When I was 6 years old, I fell off a horse and broke my leg. He wouldn't talk to me for a week because I'd let him down.
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days until I was able to shoot my first hare.
Only 3 days? He got soft.
I always wondered who you were. There was never much talk about you at home.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled and boozed until the... But now, I have a chance to put things to rights a little.
And that's why you want to talk to Alder.
I've got to get him on our side and to...
Aren't we all on the same side?
Maybe everyone's saying that. But it's time to put it into action.
After your encounter with Father, it won't be easy to get to Alder. Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it. Unless you want to anger Father even more.
What else can I do, though?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure. But you'll have to trust me. And tell me what it's all about.
All right, then. You've heard Yob's plan, right? It's a nice idea, but we can't wait around without an army to back us up.
Only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be an outright admission of rebelling against Sigismund.
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund. If he agrees, they'll follow.
I expect Alder's not the only one you're after.
You got that right.
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds sensible, and he's no fool.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Pa doesn't need to know about it.
You're starting to sound like a brother.
این شده چی؟ این شده چی؟ بنازه تقریبا باید بریم خب ندم بریم سلام بر همگی، خوش اومدید. خب پایینه.
Mind where you're going.
اینه.
A man hardly puts his cup to Yobs comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes, and now does that
only in order to get them?
You've got my attention, but not my money yet.
How can I persuade you?
I need guarantees of security. I don't want to end up like Rutar.
Of course. Once it comes to protecting property, ideals go out the window.
You can talk, since you haven't got a pot to piss in yourself. If you were in my position, you'd think differently. I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, the Lord blessed me with a large family. I can't risk it all in a conflict with Sigismund.
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you openly oppose Sigismund?
My guarantee is called Yitka. She's my niece. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have the certainty that I won't be left alone.
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom among the allies.
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also gladly accept. I don't want her to be unhappy.
حالا باید جاگیشی هم کنیم.
I believe Liechtenstein is single.
And an uncertain party. Besides, he's inconvenient for Sigismund. Yitka could end up being a pawn to blackmail both of them.
من با بازی حال کنم میرم. واقعا دارم بازیش حال میکنم. مثلا یه بازی داد مثل اساسین کرید. واقعا کس شعر بازیش. خب و خیلی از استریمرها بازی رو به خاطر اینکه کد بهشون داده شده میان الکی ازش تعریف میکنن. من حال نکردم سریع بازیش تمام کردم انداختمش دور. ولی الان یه ماه دارم میرم لاغوام دارم لذت میبرم. اینجوری نیستش که زورکی باشه. حالم حال میکنم واقعا.
I'd be honored to oblige. I'm in my prime.
Forget about it. Even if by some miracle you could manage to sire children, you'd die before...
How about young Lord Capon?
He's a youngster still.
He may be young, but he's got something between his ears. He's got battle experience. And when he gets the estate that's his by right, he'll be well secured for life.
If he gets it. Right now, Hanush lords over Rattay and seems quite happy with that state of affairs. On the other hand, the lords of Lipa have a good reputation, and Hanush can always be relied on despite his temper. Maybe it's not such a bad idea.
این خواهرزاده اینو با چیز بندازیم به هم با لورد کیپون.
So, will you support our plan?
You're selling the skin of a boar that's still grunting. First, I want a confirmation that the wedding will take place as soon as possible.
And what if Lord Capon refuses?
I don't care what the young lord thinks. Hanush is the one to decide. If he agrees, I'll be happy to support your plan. The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice. Now stop dilly-dallying and go and tell Hanush.
باید بریم هانوش رو ببینیم. آره دیگه بریم هانوش رو ببینیم. به این پسرت باید بره با دختر این رو
I bring happy tidings.
You do? Let's hear it then.
I've gained us a powerful ally.
And who is it? I hope it's not one of those Kuttenberg stuffed guts.
On the contrary, it's Bocek, the elder of Kunstadt and Podjebrad.
Kunstadt? By Christ, he's the last one I'd have expected to step up. How the hell did you do it?
Well, I explained to him how such an alliance could be mutually beneficial.
Mutually? What do you mean?
He's got a pretty serious personal interest in this... bond.
Stop beating around the bush and spit out what you promised him.
Lord Kunstad has a niece, so I arranged a betrothal for young Lord Capon, with your blessing if you agree.
Hans Capon is to marry Yitka of Kunstadt. Godwin, you conniving old bastard!
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young Hans is to marry Kunstadt's daughter?
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa. Or what about a bishopric?
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself. But let's drink to it, shall we?
Cheers!
Cheers to you! And to your parlaying skill.
خب حالا بریم داشت کارا ردیف شد ما اینا راضی گردیم تمام یه بام ببندله.
So Hanush agreed.
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill my end.
Thank you.
Enough formality.
Cheers to the beautiful Lady Yitka and the unhappy Lord King.
Here's to a good...
Yes. خب کار بعدی که باید انجام بدیم چیست؟ آنوال اینو کجا بده کنیم؟ همین.
God be with you, noble lady. There's something I'd like to ask of you.
God be with you. What would that be?
Your diplomatic support. And your money.
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that. But what do you want my money for?
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady. We need to gather enough resources to...
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ. Be praised. You're astute.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their intentions is a necessity. Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure out what Liechtenstein is after.
How do you know Liechtenstein's behind it?
I know most of the people here very well. Many of them certainly have doubts about the Margrave's plans. But they wouldn't dream of stating them aloud. While it seems that Lord Liechtenstein, on the contrary, sees his opportunity.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crowd.
Not only for people, but also for good food and wine. And beneficial deals.
Then you're in the right place. This occasion provides all of those things.
The wine here is average. The cooks lack imagination. And I have yet to hear any interesting offers. So, to the point. What is it that Liechtenstein...
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley more effectively with Sigismund.
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help? Why should I, of all people, take the risk?
It's not only your money we're interested in. You're well able to negotiate and trade. And if you were to take part in our plan...
Then I'd be helpful to you on two fronts. If you want me to support you, you must give me a good reason. Perhaps a favor in return.
Do you have something in particular in mind?
Well, one of the guests here has something that shouldn't get into the wrong hands.
Who's that?
Harman Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him, I would support your proposal.
And these papers I'm supposed to switch, what do they concern?
My relatives somehow dug up some trade contracts between myself and certain undesirable parties.
You were dealing with the enemy.
They were not the enemy at the time. My conscience is clear, but I'll rest easier when those papers are in my hands.
All right, I'll help.
Alder will sure bring them to me, but watch yourself.
What's that? Hey, what are you doing here?
I'm waiting here for you.
Oh, how's that?
I've been watching you for a while, and I have a feeling you do well to talk a little. In conspectu Dei.
Who in God's name are you?
In God's name indeed. I'm a priest, and I know a wretched sinner when I see one.
Is it that obvious? Christ above.
Don't blaspheme. It'll help you more to confess.
And in the morning, when I met him, I swore I never laid eyes on his daughter. Even though my back was scratched raw from our roll in the hay.
That's a mortal sin. Lying with a woman that you're not joined with in holy matrimony. And then lying about it too. That's already 2 commandments broken for the price of 1.
I'll go to hell for that, won't I?
You won't. As long as you repent. Be contrite, fast and pray. 10 hours.
I'll start right away. Thank you, Father.
Easy.
I've got those papers from all...
Quiet! You don't have to announce it.
Lady, with all the clamor going on here they are.
You're more capable than I expected. Thanks for the help.
You're welcome. And now you're part of the bargain.
As agreed. I will support Liechtenstein's proposal with both words and money.
Thank you, noble lady. God will...
Yes, quite. But let's drink to our bargain, Godwin.
Okay.
How could I refuse a toast with such a fine lady?
To your health.
And to the success...
Tamam. بریم به لیختنشتاین.
God grant you help.
حاجی لیختنشتاین کارا ردیو شد.
I think we can raise our goblets to the successful...
Is this supposed to be your secret weapon?
Like I said, miracles happen where you least expect. Tell me, Godwin of the House of Odorin, what news do you bring?
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bocek of Kunstadt...
Both of them. Good heavens, what did you promise them?
This is going to be a long story, and I could use a drink.
واسه این صدای چیزه؟
So if you'll excuse me.
صدای یاب صدا رو میاد باک شد جایی داره صحبت میکنه؟
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes! And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the Balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
Yes! The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslaus, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas!
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein. To do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wenceslas' side.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see? All you have to do is make sure the city rabble get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylanders this way, your debts will remain. Up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants! Chicken shits! Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
I apologize, sire. I'll do everything in my power to...
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore place the City Council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or you have 2 weeks to restore order in the city. And I want clear results. And you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, was I not perhaps too harsh on them?
Where are you going?
And speak candidly.
Mind your own business.
We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you are harsh, but rightfully so. These councils, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike.
Save شد بیا save شد اصلا اون در save شد خب
We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were
Wine is on the table there.
Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that we two years of Wenceslaus reign brought to us. With a single word. God grant him eternal glory.
Where are you going? Mind your own business.
The rest will follow.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them.
Now you'll see.
دیدی که گیم اوور شد دوست عزیز
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them?
Stop beating him!
Hey! دیدیم نمیدونم این از کجا در میاری آجی
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you are harsh, but rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied.
دیدمش یارو خنده در میاره شام میگیره گیم تمام میشه داداش دیدی اون ادیته بده میکنم
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart. We have enemies on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas reign brought us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne, that he has no use for anything.
این نور پردازی ببین واقعا خفنه.
Found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order,
عجیب غریب
all you have to do is promise them the
سایه من
benefits they
نگاه
lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves.
سایه من داری میبینی رو زمین
So that he himself emerges victorious in the end.
جزئیات درست
This
کردن
business makes me think.
پشما
Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities. And get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Margaret. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, your majesty.
چی میگی؟
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Rabosh. Odorin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of it.
White it is. Quickly. If Rabosh falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
شراب سفید
We could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast.
قشنگ تمام نقشاشونو فهمید
It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
But to bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
حالا برمیگردیم پیش گادوین ببینیم اون چیکار کرد
hunger, poverty, and plague.
بعد چیکار کنیم؟ celebrate.
It's too much for a man to take.
How'd you like her wine, Chico?
The art of winemaking. Recipes are passed on from father to son. And I myself, even the king himself, had wine delivered for his table.
I expect his lordship had the best barrels rolled out. Now, if he'd only known he had a real...
Best barrel. This wine would perhaps be suited to the infirmary, where it would suffice for cleaning wound.
Baron Vaku Boku like shit.
Oh, the piglet!
You fuck a bit and die.
You fool. I'm filled with grease. The roast was calling out to me, begging to be eaten.
Liechtenstein.
You in need of something, my well.
I'd like to drink a toast with you to our joint success. As they say, all's well that ends well. So, to brighter tomorrow.
Touching.
Come now.
I never had one. Well, maybe once. The older I get, the worse it is. Give me a few more years and I'll become a professional mourner.
See now. I'll gladly drink to that with... Only, there's nothing to drink. We've run dry.
Fuck. I've got a tongue like a slice of weak old bread after all that gabbing.
Well, get something wet for us then. To hell with that. I had my eye on him all evening. He had pictures brought from somewhere for himself and his closest friends, and left the rest of us to drink cheap dregs. Try and find one of those pictures for us, eh?
You can bet it.
I don't.
About the girls? Or the piglet?
Whatever.
They got by without King Wenceslas.
Neyse.
They'll be fine.
Rini.
I still can't wait for
به گوزگوز افتادن جمعشون.
Men can trample over us one after another.
Your Alishka was brown-eyed, though.
Kings for beggars. I'd rather eat well.
کل قلعه رو شامل میشه این؟
You get it, Father.
Please, call me Rabbi.
But I'd rather run my own.
You should rejoice that you are to be married.
They won't remember in the morning.
The rat'll be good, I hope.
با همین بریم بالا.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Rudhart. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you beat it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of your fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
اینا کیه؟
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty.
خار کسته.
Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
گروه مقدر.
Jesus! The surrounding Christopher! He can't make it on his own.
I got him!
یعنی چی پروتکیو برادر؟ حالا نبینیم برادر چیز کنیم پروتک کنیم دیگه بیشرف.
Jesus! The surrounding Christopher! He can't make it on his own.
Leave him alone! I'll be done with you in a flash.
Bleeding like a stuck pig.
Good!
Haven't had enough yet? Let him have it!
Stand your ground!
Bleeding like a stuck pig. Nice hit! Bleeding like a stuck pig.
Take that now! My turn!
I'll make you to a blind hole. Come on!
Find those horses out!
داداشم ما بزنیم بکش بیرون.
Show your stuff!
ای بی پدر. Shit the hell, mate. Fuck the hell. Shit the fuck. الو دوست عزیز چرا گیر کردیم؟ باک اینجا سمیه. ریتم دهنت. این باگ شده بس بازی ببندم. سب کن.
Jesus! The surrounding Christopher! He can't make it on his own.
Hey! Come and help me with this bastard!
Eat dirt, yokel!
One step back! Stand your ground!
Shit!
Pick you up! Yeah! Man!
Now you're mine, you bastard!
Nice strike! Nice hit! Leave him alone!
I'll pass your ass off! You won't be able to take another one like that!
There's more of them!
Through blood!
It's a wonder you're still
Smash him on the head!
That won't work!
Fuck off! Nice! Take that!
You'll kick the This one will be in your face!
We'll kick your ass!
On the head!
محافظت کردیم من برادرمون چیا کردیم به محافظت کردیم ازش دیگه بیشرف.
Jesus! The surrounding Christopher! He can't make it on his own.
Hey! Come and help me with this bastard!
Fight!
Hey!
No one's hiding!
This is how we stop one step back! Stand your ground!
Come on! Let's see what you're made of! I'll be done with you in a flash. No more mistakes. We'll cut your asses. Whack that.
Yeah! It's a wonder you're still standing! You won't be able to take another one like that!
That's right! Try those horses out!
Through blood!
That won't work on me!
Shit! You're no match for me!
We'll kick your ass.
Get the fuck!
Let him have it.
Take
Now
that!
you're playing shit!
What now? Live like the rest! Coming! Brace yourself!
چه عجب. این چه لباسی آقا دیوز لباس رزم رو
I'll be done with you in a flash.
He doesn't know which way to turn. Should see this. You'll soon be meeting them. Pray, you bastard. Smash him on the head.
یه باگ شده اصلا باگ شده روشون هم دیگه چیز نمیکنه قفل نمیکنه چی شد؟ کمان خوبه کو رینی آها رانی یک تیراش نیست ولش
Go!
Quick.
اصل اون چی شد؟
Oh, no, you don't.
Çok abi.
There's no escape. Make them bleed. But leave me be. Forget about me. Don't spare him.
اصل بدبخت.
That was a close shave.
A little too close. Fuck me. Do my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin!
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some aren't.
They captured Odorin, Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Kunrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father? And Hanush?
They left with Yobs long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but not everyone was so lucky.
Where did they go?
They've got to raise an army for us. And I hope they fucking hurry.
So we
More of a promise than a plan.
But, as you can see, our allies are getting scarce.
We should lay low until Yobst gets back.
I'll gladly play dead for a while.
Be so kind. And don't speak of the dead.
What happened, Godwin? Who died?
Anna of Waldstein. She didn't stand a chance against those butchers. May she rest in peace.
She was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And they almost killed my brother.
But only almost. Good luck.
What do you mean, almost? What happened?
I got there in time to help him, fortunately. Christopher tried to defend our father, but nearly lost his life doing it. Nothing.
Old grievances aside, Odorin is an ally, the same as Rutard and Botchek.
Oh, they all have their quirks. Cousin Botchek's a money-grabbing magpie. But I wouldn't give up on the fucker either.
We'll have to wait for the other side's move anyway. We don't even know where von Berghow took them.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you. But von Bergov's people beat me here.
You knew he was coming.
آره.
I was standing a few steps from von Aulitz when he told Sigismund I was pouring them wine, and had to listen to how Sigismund was going to give him Raborsch. It was a horrible feeling, not being able to do anything about it.
And what could you possibly do?
Kill them. Both of them.
My fingers would itch too. Was there any knife lying around? Or at least a fork?
Do you know what that would cause?
The war would end.
But at what cost? After Sigismund's death, his army would be cut loose. They'd ransack the city and kill anyone in their way.
Do you like watching those foreigner dogs rampaging around and slaughtering innocents? Who else has to die before we do something about it?
Tell us about it. We were neck deep in corpses before you bothered to turn up.
Well, not you.
Fuck you, Jan. I'd trade places with you in a heartbeat, trust me.
We've lost a lot of allies. We'll have trouble finding new ones. They'll be afraid to even peep against Sigismund.
Well, are you surprised? Look around. Sigismund showed everyone what's coming for all who resist him.
You want to give up now?
Nobody said anything about giving up. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, get the hell out of here. Then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and his army.
If I survive the journey. Oh, God.
The king announced one more thing at the council. He asked the councillors to ransack the Jewish quarter. That is, he ordered it, more like.
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people there. They could reveal a lot.
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall. At least he's safe here.
They're our allies. We have to help them.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be still breathing. I can just see them all jumping to their feet and rush to save their poor Jews.
Maybe Samuel will figure something out. He wanted to talk to you.
He's here too.
Aye, escorting the rabbi. You should go and see them as soon.
Anyway,
give me a moment. Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up. Horrible.
Good to see you both. Alive.
Oh, come on. You know, I've walked out of much... They could well have killed us all. If it hadn't been for you, Henry, von Berkhoff could have caused a lot more harm.
Von Owlet surprised even Sigismund with that. You should have seen the look on the king's face when he told him.
Well, thank God we all survived.
Well, not all of us. They killed Lady Anna of Volstein and many other nobles. It was slaughter.
And they captured our closest and most influential allies. Without them, we can hardly get the burghers on our side. We're stuck.
We can't give up now. It would only show Sigismund that he has nothing to fear.
Exactly. This is a test, and an opportunity to show that we stand by our allies, whatever the cost.
You're right. When I drink too much wine, I get overwhelmed with self. Nevertheless, I have to admit it can't get much worse.
Actually, it might. And very soon. At Sigismund's council, an order was given to ransack the Jewish quarter.
God's wounds! We need to get back to the city and warn them.
I'm going with you.
Out of the question. Do you want to end up imprisoned again? You'll be more useful if you stay here and help Shishka. Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel. I'll try to get someone else to join. Jobst finds out about
Should not come here.
You did.
Sam?
Uh-huh. That makes two of us.
Just tell him.
I talked to Godwin.
What did you talk about? Me?
We talked about your stepfather, Martin.
Why?
It's true, I did not. But I tried many times. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first met? I recognized them well. The thing is, I am Martin's son.
What?
Pa's son? How the...
Yes, his son. That is, his bastard son.
Are you sure? We look the same age, and Martin lived with me and Ma as long as I can remember.
When I was born, he was already long gone. Maybe we are not even a year apart.
What?
What does that make us then?
Nothing. Proof perhaps that both your god and mine have a sense of humor. You know, all my life, I thought if I did not give a shit about that man, it would be easier. But now that I know I will never see him, it troubles me that I did not get to know him.
پس این میشه پسر حرومزاده پدر استفاده پسر حرومزاده ناپدری این که آهنگر است. این پسر آهنگر است. این خودش با پسره که یعنی اون رفته ریخته یه بچه درست کرده پس انداخته رفته بعد بچه یکی دیگر رو که اون باز ترتیب اونو داده گرفته گردن. چه خرطوقت فیلم ترکی شده جی؟
I can tell you about him if you want. But now is not the right time. This is not the end. We have to go to Kuttenberg, now.
The king has approved Xere.
He's no king to me. He's a fucking horse.
What's a Gezerah?
That is hard to explain.
Nonsense. It is as clear as day. Christians set out to kill our people. Innocent and often defenseless. Ransack their houses and divide the loot. And all that with the king's blessing.
This is what we were afraid of. But we did not we need to get back into the city and get... Will you come with...
I'll come.
Very well.
Let's not waste time.
بریم به سمت شهر.
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund horsemen and feared the worst.
Kubienka, what brings you here?
Well, I heard you were having some kind of a feast here, so I came to grab a bit of meat. And I see, instead of that, you have a massacre here.
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do something fast. We have to get to Kuttenberg. Can we borrow the wagon you arrived on?
But of course. I borrowed it too, if you know what I mean, but...
Could you stop blabbering already?
Easy, Ingele. And you, sir, if you can, come with us and help us.
All right. But could you please tell me what the fuck is going on?
I'll explain to you on the way. Time is running out.
Are you coming too, Sir John?
Of course.
Let's go then.
Boricatado.
برو بریم مثلا میشه. آره میدونم. آره بیفهمی هر کی هر چیزی ریخته توش.
Perish. Can we go any faster?
Settle down, son. If you must keep your tongue busy, then use it to pray.
Would you tell me what the fuck is going on already?
Sigismund ordered an attack on the Jewish quarter. We need to get everyone out of there fast.
Bloody hell. I just got healed up so nicely today.
Oh, that is just great. My mother's life is in the hands of a drunkard.
Enough with the talking. Can't we really go any faster?
Just hold on tight back there.
خب فسته رو بریم میریم که برسیم به کوتنبرگ و بریم از محله یهودیا. محافظت یا علی کجا است؟
What's the matter? Why are we stopping?
We will walk from here. We cannot drive right into those murderers' arms.
But how do we get into the town then?
We will go through Sheol.
There are many abandoned mine shafts under the town. One of them ends here.
Won't it collapse on our heads?
We'll find out soon enough.
Follow me.
باشه دنبالت میام.
What a blessing it is to have found the passageway. But it has been decided as punishment for our many sins.
Our sins? Ours? What the fuck did we do to you?
این دورایی باید چه کنیم؟
Halt! I heard something.
میشه بری دادا؟ یارو کجا رفت؟ دورای شما چه میکنید؟ میرید چپ؟ اینجا نمیره مگه میشه؟ What? Get to the city.
This trapdoor should be closed, shouldn't it?
Maybe I better go and take a look upstairs to make sure there's nothing going on there.
You ever get the feeling you're on the wrong side?
I can't leave now.
What do you expect me to do? Go up to him and tell him I'm leaving? Aye. That's a good idea. Well, Fed took a piece of his mind, but never saw him come out.
دیوز. بدبختا رو سلاقی کردم.
Baruch Hashem, Henry. You're all right.
Sam, you're back already? How does it look outside?
A few of the cutthroats got in over the walls, but we dealt with them. But there are more outside the gate.
4 of them were here in the tavern too.
Fortunately, they didn't take anything important. But your friends paid for it with their lives.
What?
I'm so sorry. If it's any consolation, Henry here has already taken care of those cutthroats.
But they didn't look like they just came to the tavern by chance. Eric must have sent them.
Eric کسکش.
What about your mother? Is she alright?
She is, thank God. I told her to get ready, and we would come for her right away.
I'm really sorry about your friends. We got here too late.
There was nothing you could do. Benavis Hamardes. This Eric is really pissing me off. I've never laid eyes on him, yet I cannot wait to wring his neck.
There'll be plenty of time for that later.
I'm sure Mama is waiting for us. We have to take her to the shul.
Mama.
You go ahead. But sir, if any more of them come here,
I can take care of myself. Now go. God be with you.
نمیشه مادر سماور.
Oi, Himmel! What's the matter? Where's Sam?
Don't worry, Mom. He sent me to take you to him.
Mein Gott! What happened to him?
Nothing. He's out on the street helping the wounded.
Wait! Who are you anyway?
من کیم؟ من پسر مارتینم.
My name is Henry. I'm, Do you remember Martin, the blacksmith?
Of course I do.
I'm his... son.
Was sagst du?
Sam told me that...
Watch out! More are coming! Run to the back, it might be safer there!
What's going on?
Sam, are you all right?
I'm fine, but we will talk when you are safe. Now run!
We have to get to the synagogue. But how?
Through the backyards. Follow me.
در عقب خلال
Watch out,
کنید.
they're shooting at us! From the ramparts! Get rid of them! They're gone. We have to keep going. For the guards! Somebody help us! That is you to the left. Can you help them?
Ich reiß dir deinen Arsch auf!
Gut, Anna.
sorry, fucker! Show your stuff! Kill them! God will... Ah!
خیر تو خیلی شو. منم شهرم.
We cannot get past the wagon. We have to go this way. Through the house.
I'll hack your ass off.
Adam, useless!
ایزی. چه اتفاقی افتاد؟ من دیر رسیدم.
But what about you, mankind?
I'm still alive.
یه سری نشست های پشت پرده برگزار کردم. ما هم با عنوان جاسوس اونجا بودیم. از صحبتشون فهمیدیم که میخوام به محل یهودی حمله کنن که مثلا اون جاسوسی که اونجا بوده رو و کل اونایی که بهش پناه دادن همه رو غارت کنن. الان ما این کمکشون.
We can talk later. Now we have to.
و حالا اینم بگم این پسر از ساموئل، این پسر ساموئل پسر آهنگره پدرمونه. خب یعنی پدر ما یه جایی، یعنی یه تایمی تو این شهر بوده، ریخته اینجا، این به دنیا آمده و برگشته به روستای اسکلت و اونجا پدر واقعی ما ریخته تو ننه. بعد ما به دنیا آمدیم، این مارتین که آهنگره باشه اومده بچه اونو گردن گرفته، بچه خودش اینجا برگرده. یه جوری این مثلا برادرمونه. برادرمون که نیست ولی
Come on!
What the hell?
What is it, fuckers? You'd rather slaughter women and the defenseless?
Let's go! What's going on up there?
Go inside. Quick. To the fucking task.
I've never been so glad to see you two.
In need of a helping hand, are you?
No, I just don't want to die here alone.
There they are.
Well, now we're really fucked.
We mustn't get inside. We have to hold them back. For how long, though? As long as we need to.
Yo, Ali.
Do it myself. Come on. Come. Yeah.
Another right away.
You're finished. Kill them. God will forgive you. Fuck you. Let me through. Do it myself. I've been waiting, you bastard. I'll be done with you in a flash. Dead. Die. This is for our Lord! Oh, crucify! Crucify head! Shut your arms off! This is for our Lord! Get ready to leave!
is coming. Who will forgive you?
Look at you!
Nice strike.
Right, give me strength. True blood, show what you're made of. Right, give me strength.
Take that. Pay for that. Pay for that.
True blood, yeah. Don't kill him. True blood, yeah.
You're making me dizzy.
Yeah, smash his face in.
کسی الان ما ضربه ایوه
Come on! Everyone's inside! Henry, come on! Let's go!
Let's go. It's this way.
Damn. That was a close shave.
خب دوزتان عزوز strong
Leave them here like this.
There's nothing we can do now.
Don't worry. Even if they're coming, we'll be able to...
Are you alright?
I'm fine, lad. I thank you for everything.
No problem.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Mein Gott, oi. Have you not helped us enough already? Now we have to manage on our own.
I know this might not be the best time, but... Do you...
Right now? Well, how is Martin actually?
He died. It's only been a few months.
Oh, the hen of Shutsura, it's Roy Hayem.
Sigismund burned down my village. Pa went to help Ma and... Oh, they both died there.
I am sorry to hear that, lad. At least you survived. That would make Martin happy.
I'm sorry I don't have better news.
Do not worry about it. I am just sad he died before he could meet Samuel.
Is everything all right?
Yes. Do not worry. We were just talking about Martin.
All right.
Before you go, tell me, what was Martin like as a father?
Well, he was strict with me, but not too much. So I dream about him quite often. About that last day and what he said to me while we were forging a sword together. He said a life of adventure can be over before it begins. And that blacksmithing might be a dull job.
He was absolutely right.
Well, look at me now.
You saved all our lives. Martin would be proud of you. He raised you well.
I'm sorry to keep you this long, but... well, I never thought I'd have a brother, even if not related by blood.
Well, I did not expect that either. And thank you, my almost brother. If it was not for you, I do not know how today would have ended. What are your plans now?
I'll go back to the Devil's Den. To Zizka and the others.
I will see you there then. But first, I have to escort everyone to Colleen. I do not want anything to happen to them on the way.
Everything should be all right now.
Take care of yourselves, dear.
Have a safe journey.
Sei gesund.
مرسی دیدید. دمتون گرم. تا قسمت بعدی شما رو خدای بزرگ